Weekend, maybe you did some yard work. Well, after raking all of those leaves, then bagging everything up, maybe letting the kids romp through the piles a little bit. News for you, in Little Rock, those bags might be sitting there for a while.
The city announced they're temporarily suspending collection. THV 11's Ian Russell explains why and when things could get back to normal.
It really is a pretty time of year, isn't it? The transition from summer to fall to winter easily spotted by the changing of the leaves. But what's up there eventually comes down, and eventually it ends up here.
But it's obvious that it hasn't been picked up.
Bags on the end of driveways and corners dot the streets in the Hillcrest neighborhood of Little Rock. Wednesday was supposed to be the day these all were picked up, but not anymore.
We look forward to that happening. You know, we may take time out of our day to actually do the yard work, the yard pickup, the yard cleanup.
All of these bags will sit here for a bit longer than expected. The city of Little Rock announced Wednesday that yard waste collection services have been temporarily suspended due to a lack of trucks and people available to cover both the garbage routes and yard waste pickup.
That is very frustrating.
Sure, I can understand frustration when those services aren't provided on the day that it's typically scheduled or typically picked up.
John Honeywell is the director of Little Rock's Public Works Department. He gets it. All these bags are an eyesore. But there's a reason why trash is still being picked up.
Yeah, the trash is more of a health, safety kind of issue versus yard waste, which doesn't quite have that same connotation to it.
As for why they had to make this change, Honeywell says it's a combination of different things.
Right now, part of the issues is getting parts availability, which is sort of uniform across the world right now.
Add in that folks call in sick, and there's not much they can do to avoid this. Honeywell says they can't have every part on hand to fix issues. Remember, they've got a budget of their own to stick to. But as frustrating as this may look, he says they should be back up and collecting soon.
I would say maybe a couple days, but we're going to keep reporting probably every morning when we know exactly what we have, when we're putting people out in the morning, and that we'll be able to have updates on that each day.
In Little Rock, Ian Russell, THV 11 News.
Honeywell says in past situations similar to this, it's usually only taken them 1 or 2 days to get back to normal.